When Sean broke the record in 2006, had you seen that coming, or not?
Well, no, I actually thought, because we'd been building up to it for a couple of years before that. I know there was a lot of pressure on, well, not pressure, but there was a lot of speculation about going for this record, and we were getting closer to it all the time. Like, I was only a couple of minutes of it, but we were sort of like consistent with our times. We were getting there, staying around about the same time all the time, and I knew Sean had put a lot of training that year, and I'd put a lot of training as well, so I just felt that it was going to be a fast year, but I didn't think it was going to be that fast. But
and how did you feel? I mean, I saw you towards the end, and you were actually walking faster than you'd ever done, but there was hardly anybody with you because everybody had gone to see Sean finish. Were you still pleased with the time, or were you really hacked off that you?
No, I was pleased with the time, because when I got to Malew, I knew that if I was inside, well, I think it was 9 o'clock then. If I was inside 9 o'clock, then I had a good chance of getting near Derek's record, and I was about 5 minutes inside that. So I thought, well, at least I'll if Sean's, I obviously knew Sean was gonna hammer the record, because I can just tell by the way he's walking and how far ahead of me and how I'm walking that he was going to do it okay without any problem. And it was just a case whether I could maintain it and beat the record as well, which I'm glad I did sort of do. But
when Derek Harrison held the record for so many years, I was one of the few people who said that it could be broken, when people seemed to start to think that it would never be broken. Sean's now pushed that target a lot higher up. How long do you think the record will stay for?
Well, personally, I think this record won't last as long as Derek's record.
Right.
I personally think that it can get down to, well, not I couldn't get down to it, but if the popularity in this event keeps on going and the parish walk keeps on going the way it is, and the amount of walkers that are coming through now keep pushing the barriers a little bit more, that I think 14 hours and 20 minutes is an acceptable time, really, yeah. Which is probably about another 20 minutes off 27 minutes off Sean's time. Who
impresses you of the walkers that you've seen coming through?
Well, obviously Sean, if he gets back into his game again. Michael George is obviously going to be knocking on the door there. Mark Hemstall's starting to make inroads into it. But then in the group that I go out walking with, we've got other people, likes of Eamon, Andrew Titley, and all these people. They're very good walkers. They just maybe need to be sort of like have a little bit more belief in themselves and just push themselves on that little bit more. You've obviously got the established walkers like Ray Pitts as well. Ray had a really good year last year. He put a lot of training into it. He had achieved a personal best, and no doubt he's got the belief that he can take it down a little bit more as well.
You're 53 tomorrow.
Don't tell everyone that.
A lot of the other competitors are that you've mentioned already in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Do they have to be that old to be at the front of the field?
I think you've got to be mature enough. I think probably 35, over 35 or something like that, I think is a good age. At the moment, I don't think you're going to get people in the teenage years banging at a really, really fast time, unless they're like an international walker, UK based or from a foreign country or something like that. But
do you think the parish walk should try and attract those sort of people, or do you think it would spoil it for the locals if we had some international walkers took part?
Well, it wouldn't be any bad thing to have them, just to see.
Or do you think they would find out just how hard it was?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, a lot of people think they can just come along and do it, which you do get some overseas walkers. You obviously get quite a few UK walkers coming over, and they don't seem to make too big inroads into everything. Whereas I think we've got on the Isle of Man here, we've got a fabulous nucleus of distance walkers at the moment, endurance walkers. You can go down to the first 25 that finish in the parish walk this year. You know, it's a phenomenal time on all them people.
I think that the visiting walkers that you talk about are the established endurance walkers. Yeah. David Griffiths, the Manx Harrier, who often interviews some of the race walkers, has asked them about competing here, and the typical reaction is maybe when I've finished going to the Olympics or whatever it is they're trying to do, they don't see it as an event that they're going to do at their peak, and that's possibly why we haven't had any of the faster walkers over. But going to the other end of the field, in the last few years, one of the reasons the event's obviously grown so much is because nobody's fearful of taking part about being shown up. And what advice have you got towards those people entering for the first time, and if they still are a bit fearful of being shown up or not being good enough?
As you said, there is no fear at all. It's a great day out, and just for anyone who wants to do it first time is to come, get their entry form in, get on the line, get mixed in with everyone else, and just enjoy the social